Hi, my name is Michael LaFosse, and this is my Origami Narwhal. If you use origami paper that has white on one side, you'll have a white tusk. You'll need a square sheet of paper to begin with, and it doesn't matter really whether it's a large piece or a small piece. It should work pretty well. Begin by folding in half corner to corner so that the white is on the inside. You'll end up with a colored triangle. And unfold. Rotate the paper so the crease line runs vertically. Pretend as if you're going to fold in half corner to corner the other way, matching the two corners with the crease. But don't really fold all the way. Just put a pinch mark at the middle of the bottom. That marks the midpoint of the paper. Take the bottom corner, which has a crease running through it, and make it touch the midpoint. And make another pinch mark. Now take the same bottom corner and make it touch the newest pinch mark. This time fold all the way across. You'll have a colored triangle. Let's bring the left and right corners in now to touch the center line. But notice that I am guiding the fold so that it hits this lower corner of the triangle on the right side. I'm going to repeat on the left side. Fold the corner to touch the crease in the center. Guide the fold to the bottom corner of the triangle. Now, turn the paper over to the other side. Notice these short cut edges of paper. One at a time, roll them in to match the center crease. You'll form a nice sharp corner, and the white will begin to show where the tusk will be. Just like that. Now, fold the paper in half, lengthwise. You should be able to see a colored and white pattern similar to mine. We're going to fold along this boundary line between the color and white, like this. Fold sharply against that line. Rotate the paper. Notice this short boundary line of color and white. Bring it up to a line with this folded edge of white. It's going to look like this. Notice how these align. Unfold, flatten, and reverse. That means change this valley into a mountain, that mountain into a valley. It's going to look like this. Bend this side over and reverse this crease. The landmarks are the same. Everything's just simply done on the other side, and we're simply exercising those creases. Open the paper to this position, and I want you to now notice this folded edge on my paper and that adjacent cut longer edge. Fold together, edge to edge. Notice how the fold spans to the two corners. Do the same thing on the other side. Like that. While we're on this side, we're going to put some guiding creases for later. Here's a center crease line. Fold the outer edge of this white corner to the center crease. Only crease across the white portion. Unfold. We have a valley fold on this underside. Do the same thing with the opposite edge. Good sharp crease, and unfold. Turn the paper over to the top side, and we're going to open a pocket like this, and swivel squash. That means to flatten while pushing outward or inward to make this shape. Notice I've aligned these two edges together. We're going to do the same thing with the other area. Open the pocket, swivel, push it away. In this case, squash flat. These will be the front pectoral fins. While we're on this side, I want you to notice this place here where these blue corners meet, approximately. We're going to fold this corner backwards at that level, making a white triangle with a short edge at the bottom. Flip the paper over to the other side. We're going to move this folded edge, which you've just made, so that the corners could touch here and here against the blue on my paper, just like that. Now, let's narrow this tusk. We have these helping folds. You see, we put those in not too long ago and they're very helpful. Begin by folding the longer portion, open as I'm doing here with my finger, so that I can perform a squash fold right in that spot. See how it makes a triangle here? Let's do the other side. Use the big crease first to bring the edge in. Put your finger inside the pocket to open it cleanly so that it will flatten easily. Like that. We're going to put in helping folds here and here, just as we've done before. The long edge gets folded right into the center line. Good sharp crease there in the white area only. Unfold. Do the same thing on the other side of the tusk. I know my fingers are in the way, but you understand what to do, of course. We're bringing the edges to the center so that later we can make the tusk skinnier even than that. Okay. Now, fold the whole thing in half lengthwise with most of the color showing on the outside. Rotate the paper so that this long folded edge is at the top. We're going to use creases that we've put in earlier to do this big inside reverse fold. We call it an inside reverse fold because the paper is going inside and we're reversing a mountain into a valley. See how this is a big valley crease? And now look here. We have a triangle shape outlined in creases. We're going to bring that triangle to come up. That's another inside reverse fold, but it's coming up instead of down. From the side, this looks like the fuselage of an aircraft of some kind. Now, let's go back to the front. Fold up the pectoral fin, level with the line at the bottom of the body. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Fold up the pectoral fin, like that. And we'll finish part of the head right now. Notice this white triangle and a portion of the colored paper just below. What I'm going to do is fold that part inside at an angle. In a moment it'll be clear to you just how much, but I want you to realize that I'm not going all the way to the tusk. See where it stops here? And I've made a folded edge that has caught some of the pectoral fin. I've made this kind of a shape with a blunt front. I'm going to copy that on the other side, and it's easy. I'm simply going to push the area over the folded edge I made before. Then separate them and push it inside and flatten them together. You'll see how fast it is to copy that. Now, a narwhal does not have a dorsal fin here, and so it's a good thing we don't either. And they actually have very small pectoral fins, so these are small for that reason. Simply fold a small portion of that corner down. Same thing on the other side, just a little bit. Whatever you think looks good, it will be fine. That's the finished pectoral fin. Let's finish the tusk. Remember those helping folds we put in? There's one on each side. Look how easy it is to flatten that fin, just like that. Now, right here at the front of the head, push in to make a dent, a small inside reverse fold like that. And looking now at the top of the tusk, I'm going to valley fold this right up the length. That means to bring the sides together, folding along the center, and look at the crimp I'm making here at the very front. I'm pushing it in. It looks like a nail with a head. From the side, it looks like that. And the front end of the narwhal is finished. We still have the tail to finish, the fluke. Well, a narwhal's flukes are actually a bit unusual shape compared to porpoises, dolphins, and whales that we're mostly familiar with. And so I've designed this folding sequence to approximate the tail shape for the narwhal. I want you to notice what I've done here. I've folded this as far as it can go to that wide corner, and I've approximated a 90-degree corner between this edge and its lower adjacent edge. Almost 90 degrees, as close as you can reckon. Turn the paper over, and bring this fluke half right up to match the first one you folded, like that. And then open. Now this is not the finished fluke. We have a little bit more to do. This keel in the middle needs to be squashed. To help with that, on the inside, I like to put in a valley fold right in the middle on this wall and another one there. It looks like this. I'm going to take the folded edge and bring it to the center. Can you see the little valley dent I made right there? It's going to help the squash go well. I'm going to do the same thing to this other wall, this valley and mountain combination. There's the mountain fold, the valley. Watch. Bring it into the center, make a pinch. There it is. From the top, which is where you're going to press, you see how this is wider than it was, and it's easy to flatten now because I've pre-creased that spot. It's been written in descriptions I've seen that the tail of the narwhal resembles the shape of a butterfly, and I've looked at some photos. I hope you will look at photos too. Look what I've done here. I've folded down and made these angle shapes upward. That's almost complete. And what I like to do at the back end is to fold just a little bit under and pinch a small dent back there, an inside reverse fold, to complete the tail fluke shape of the narwhal. See how unusual that is? That's just what it looks like. And there we have finished origami narwhal. A pretty neat design, complete with a color change. Hope you enjoyed folding it. Thanks for folding with me.